What's up, guys? Alvaro here, and welcome to the Bilingual Stock Market channel again. Let's go ahead and talk about some stocks and about what happened today in the markets. And today the markets did exactly the opposite relative to what most people were thinking about, because this morning we got very bad news inflation-wise at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because we got the Producer Price Index of March, which came out extremely hot, reflecting, first of all, an increase month over month of 1.4% versus 1.1% estimate. And when it comes to the year-over-year reading, that metric came out even worse, guys, reflecting an increase of, get this, 11.20%, the biggest gain on record ever. And what do you know? The markets were able today to pull off a green day, whereas yesterday we got good news inflation-wise, because yesterday we got a, let's say, a bit better than expected, the core CPI. And the markets went down yesterday. So obviously this is a very tough environment in order to either trade or invest. So Russell 2000 goes up today 2%, NASDAQ goes up 2%, Dow Jones goes up 1%, and the S&P 500 went up today 1.12%. Crude oil keeps on going up, goes up today 3.59% and closes today's trading session at $104. Gold goes up 0.26%, silver goes up 0.76%. The 10-year Treasury yield keeps on taking a rest, goes down today 1.39%, and the VIX, the volatility index, went down today 10%. Keep in mind, guys, that tomorrow we are going to have very interesting earnings report before open. We're going to have Taiwan Semiconductor, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, Morgan Stanley, and United Health. I am very curious about the commercial guidance of Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. What are they going to say when it comes to a possible recession in the U.S., inflation, the situation of Russia and Ukraine? So these two earnings reports might affect the markets tomorrow, so keep them under your radar. When it comes to the sectors of the markets, the best performing sectors today, or the two best performing sectors today, were very expensive sectors, guys, higher multiple sectors. So the markets were on risk on mode today. Consumer discretionary goes up 2.48%. Shout out to Tesla and Amazon. Both stocks had a very positive day today. And technology goes up 1.61%. When it comes to the worst performing sectors, today's utilities goes down 0.20%. And obviously, guys, financials, it broke even. But regardless of that, financials was the second worst performing sector today. You guys know that because of the fears about a possible recession in the US, the financial sector hasn't been able to catch a break. If we take a look at the advances and declines distribution, we can confirm that we had a very positive day today, with 5,634 stocks going up and only 2,029 stocks going down. What trades did I take in today's trading session? What trades did I close rather in today's trading session? Yesterday I purchased a call option of Coinbase, the $150 call that expires in June. I paid $2,010, and I decided to close this position today, and I was paid $2,220. I made over here $210, and I also, let's say I had to take a loss on SPY, the S&P 500. This was a trade that I actually measured pretty well, but this trade ended up turning against me. So today I purchased the $440 put that expires in May. I paid $830, and I ended up applying a stop loss, and I was paid $780. I decided to cut the loss over here once the S&P 500 burst above 4,440 points. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500. So what is going on over here? S&P 500 goes up today 1.12%, and it closed today's trading session at 4,446 points. And I am going to put on once again my bull suit over here, guys, because I have good news for the bulls. First of all, the bulls reconquered today the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart at 4,440 points. This is obviously hopeful. And as of now, we can see over here clearly, guys, a higher low. So this is obviously positive for the bulls, and we can also make the case that maybe we are about to see an ABC pattern in the case of the S&P 500. So if an ABC pattern happens to be completed over here, we might see another push higher of the S&P up to 4,700 points. I am going to draw the line over here. So this would be an ABC pattern. Another scenario that could be potentially playing out over here would be a negative scenario. This would be obviously very positive for the bears. So let's say that the S&P 500 goes up once again to 4,600. And if the bulls happen to be rejected over there, then we can see another leg down. So this would be the completion of a double top formation. So what could be happening over here in the upcoming trading sessions, guys? Either an ABC pattern up to 4,700 points, or maybe a double top, in which case we might see another huge leg down of the S&P 500, maybe to, I don't know, 4,200 points or something like that. In the short term, the main task that the bulls need to carry out is going to be taking on the 200-day moving average at 4,500 points. And when it comes to the bears, they have unfinished business down at 4,370 points, which happens to be a previous area of support back from mid-February and also back from early August. If we take a look at the RSI of the S&P 500, it is sitting at 45 points. So the S&P is neither oversold nor overbought, so we can make the case that anything can happen when in the case of the SPX. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the NDX, the Silicon Valley, guys. The NASDAQ 100 goes up today 2%, and it closed today's trading session at 14,217 points. The RSI of the NDX is at 42 points, neither oversold nor overbought. So this index, and as I just told you, in the case of the S&P 500, could go either way. When it comes to the bulls, the main task that they need to carry out immediately is going to be reconquering the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart at 14,400 points. Also a previous area of support back from early October. And when it comes to the bears, they need to break to the downside 13,900 points. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the first stock of this video, Square or Block, or whatever you guys want. Block or Square goes up today 2.57%, and it closed today's trading session at $126. As of now, Square, guys, is sitting slightly above a very critical area, a very key level in technical terms, $123. And why? Well, because $123 happens to coincide with the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, also with the lower line of this uptrending channel, and it is also a previous area of resistance back from late January. So I'm thinking and taking into account that the RSI of a Square is sitting at 48 points, very healthy from a technical standpoint, that if the bulls of Square start to consolidate slightly above $123, $124, that might be a sign that they are gathering momentum in order to take on the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart near $130. And after doing that, they might be potentially being able to fill the next important gap up to $148. This is an area of resistance in which the bulls of a Square have felt on multiple occasions in recent weeks. So if we were able to take a trade on Square from, let's say, $126, $127 up to $146, $47 ish, we are looking at an 14% profit trade. And now let's go ahead and take a look at one of the victims of the day, guys. JPMorgan Chase goes down today 3.22%, and it closed today's trading session at $127.30, and they posted earnings today. I have a screenshot over here, guys. I don't want to be struggling with the live news tab of Thinkorswim. So EPS came in at $2.63, missing the estimate of $2.73. Revenue, where is revenue at? Here it is. So revenue came in at $30.71 billion, beating the estimate of $30.59 billion. When it comes to guidance, guys, so Jamie Dimon, said that he's optimistic on economy for short term, not long term. Okay, so JPMorgan Chase sees significant geopolitical and economic challenges ahead due to inflation, supply chain issues, and Ukraine war. So the outlook is not very optimistic. And check this out, guys. This is very important. So Q1 loan loss provisions came out at $1.5 billion, up $902 million due to inflation and Ukraine war risks. So is JP Morgan believing that people aren't going to be able to pay their debts because a recession is coming in the US? I don't know, guys. So the markets didn't really like the earnings report of JP Morgan, and as of now, I am going to pull up here a 3-year chart. Take a look at how the stock of this bank is holding the 180 SMA on this weekly chart. So we can make the case that JP Morgan found support at an area that was expected to provide a good support near $125. I am going to pull up once again the 4-hour chart. So I am going to be keeping a close watch on JP Morgan in the upcoming days, guys, because as of now, the stock of this bank is very oversold. You guys can see how the RSI of JP is sitting at 28 points, very low. And JP is slightly below a very important area in technical terms, $128. $128 happens to be a previous area of support from early April and also from mid-March. So I'm thinking that if the bulls of JP can take on $128, they might be able to fill the next important gap up to $135. This is a previous area of resistance that coincides with the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. And as I just told you, this is a previous area of resistance back from mid-March. So if we were able to take a trade with JP Morgan from $128.50 or $129 once we have confirmed from a technical standpoint that we are seeing JP breaking out from this previous area of support. So from $129 up to $134-ish, this would be a 5% profit trade. And the second stock of this video is going to be another bank. This is my neighbor, Bank of America, because the main headquarter, or the headquarter of Bank of America is located here in the city of Charlotte. Very ugly looking chart, clear downtrend, trading below all the moving averages. I think that Bank of America is posting earnings on the 18th. This is going to be on Monday. Watch out over here with a potential double bottom formation on Bank of America, guys, because $38 already acted as support back in early March. So I'm thinking that if the financial sector happens to have another negative day tomorrow, which, the financial sector goes down every single day, if Bank of America happens to find support at $38, this might be the beginning of a double bottom formation, in which case Bank of America has a first shot of filling the next important gap up to the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart near $40. $40 also happens to be a previous area of support back from mid-August of last year. So if we were able to take this trade from $38-ish up to $40, this would be a 5% profit trade. And the last stock of this video is going to be Chewy, another ugly looking chart, guys. Jesus, it is very tough nowadays to find like good looking charts out there. So Chewy goes down today 0.46%, and it closed today's trading session at $43. As of now, Chewy is trading slightly below a very important resistance, guys, right at $44. $44 happens to be a previous area of resistance back from late January that coincides, as of now, with the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, and it looks like the bulls of Chewy are making an effort in order to reverse this horrible downtrend with which Chewy has been dealing with since August of last year. So watch out for a breakout over here, guys, because I think that if $44 happens to be taken on by the bulls on good volume and momentum, they are going to be able to fill the next gap up to $53, which happens to be a previous area of resistance back from early February and also back from late March. So if we were able to take this trade from, let's say, $44.50 or $45 up to $53, we are looking at an 16% profit trade. By the way, keep in mind, guys, that tomorrow we have options expiration. So that is going to be an extra ingredient when it comes to volatility. And keep also in mind that the markets are going to be closed on Friday because of Good Friday, no pun intended. And with Chewy, I am going to wrap up this video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember, and keep in mind, guys, that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. So if you want to get all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed to this YouTube channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets, but we do things differently because we talk about the markets in 2 different languages, English and Spanish. So you can pick your preferred language, but most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys on Monday, once again, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. Peace out.